Merry Christmas, gang! Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. It's Christmas Day, and I hope you guys are enjoying the holidays over this weekend and are making the most of it and are trying to get as most enjoyment out of it as you can, because the minute you sat down to watch Monday Night Raw, whether you did it last night on Christmas Eve or like a fool today, like I did on Christmas Day, the WWE took a shit on your Christmas with the episode of Monday Night Raw they wanted to throw in front of you guys tonight. Monday Night Raw was more fucking ridiculous than I look in my awesome Christmas tree hat. And we are going to talk about it right here and right now. But before we do that, let's join together in a nice little Christmas poem. WWE's got Christmas poems, right? We're going to do a Christmas-themed poem, and we are going to dedicate it to the WWE from all of the Sledgeheads here at Sledgehammer TV, including the lead guy right here. I took a minute or two to come up with this little ditty, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Are you ready? Let's go. 'Twas the Raw before Christmas, and you could bet Lashley's ass that this episode of Raw would be as bad as the last. We tune in each week with high hopes, but we are shit out of luck, because this holiday episode truly did suck. Last week, Vince returned with his creepy old eyes. He promised us change, but he fed us all lies. No steps were taken to make this fresh start, as Raw continues to stink worse than a broccoli fart. But worry not, Sledgeheads, and have you no fear. Brother Nick, Blue the Champ, and Thor the Hammer are here. And tonight, we destroy those creative team clowns. Hold on to your stockings, because the hammer is coming down right here and right now on your new favorite wrestling show for the holidays and all of 2019 and beyond, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, right here on Sledgehammer TV. It's time to bash the shit at a Monday Night Raw in true holiday spirit-like fashion. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. You are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Monday Night Raw review. If this is your first time joining us, I know you laughed your ass off at my little poem that I did for Christmas for you guys, and I urge you, just off the strength of that poem, to smash that subscribe button right now and become one of the 1,000+ strong that are growing by the day, making the Sledgehammer Club of Sledgehammer TV the premier, absolutely #1 community for professional wrestling fans. We are respectful to one another, we have opinions, we are highly opinionated, and we are not afraid to share those opinions, and that is why I am here with you guys today, to share my opinion once again on another completely piss-poor bullshit episode of Monday Night Raw. Mr. McMahontaclaus, he could take his Manta Claus and shove him up his McManta ass with that fucking Santa thing that he did. Do you realize how detrimental that one little piece of business was? That one little entertainment segment that couldn't have went on for more than about a minute, and in 1 minute the old man botched about 1 billion times, trying very hard to be funny, and was not funny at all. His timing is off. It is a much clearer interpretation of where this man's mental capacity is right now. The guy can't even do a 1 to 2 minute comedy skit anymore. He's past his prime. The expiration date is past due, and it's time for Vinnie Mac to take a vacation to the Bahamas and leave everything to everybody else so we could all start to enjoy wrestling again. Do you understand that he simultaneously shit on and announced for the first time the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship division. Why would they not do this with any sort of seriousness involved? Why would they announce this in a ridiculous segment as a gift from McMahontaclaus? Why? Because the fans have been asking for it? You mean the planted fans in the audience that were given the WWE printed "We Want Women's Tag Team Titles" signs all over the arenas, all over the world towards the better half of 2018 as we are coming to the close? Is that the agenda that they want you to believe, that they're taking it seriously, that they're going to put some effort behind it, that they're going to give it some prestige? How much prestige can it get when it was announced by a knockoff mall fucking Santa who's over 70 years old and can't deliver a joke? Oh, did you guys ever see that movie Bad Santa? Fuck off my TV, Mr. McMahon. If you can't do that, then it's clear as day to me that you can't even come up with quality television. You can't even deliver a fucking promo anymore. Dressed up like Santa Claus, his creepy, glassy, weird, alien-looking old man eyes peeking out, giving me nightmares about Santa now. Absolutely disgusting. Total disrespect to the women's division. Why not have the women out there around the ring? You gather them around there for every little fucking thing. You want to pat Alexa Bliss on the back. You want to escalate Nia Jax and make her seem great. We always have all the women, all support the women around ringside. But now you want to announce women's tag team championships. You don't have them in the ring. You're not having it announced by anybody of note like a Beth Phoenix or a Trish Stratus or a Lita coming out there and telling everybody, well, the day has come. We are going forward with an evolution in the women's division. Here are these disgusting looking white fucking tag team championships that look like the back of a New York City quarter with Lady Liberty on the back. They look awful, but I respect what they're trying to do. I respect what they are going to be about if it's booked properly. How are they going to book it properly? The women's division can't even make their head championships feel prestigious if it's not around the waist of Becky Lynch, the only natural, organically grown superstar in the entire women's division outside of Asuka, who they shit all over for the whole year. So if they can't get that shit right, what makes you think they're going to get a women's tag team division right? Oh, they're going to give it to Sasha and Bayley. Sasha and Bayley are finally going to be champions. I don't want to fucking see it. I don't care. They're going to rotate, apparently, the championships across brands, which is something that we wanted to see. But if they don't do it seriously and they don't make these women feel like tag teams, don't start teaming them together in groupings that make sense. Don't give me Naomi and Asuka and Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox. Let's get some meat in these teams. Let's develop them. But why would they do that? They don't even do that for the guys. They got 2 tag team divisions for the men that both suck to fucking shit. And now they're going to put a tag team division for the women when they can't even get the women's division right. Why are you excited? What else did McMahontaclaus promise you guys as a gift? The return of fucking John Cena? Who fucking cares? Not this guy here. Go back to fucking Japan and be the white Confucius that you want to be, giving me all your little proverbs on the internet and talking all positive. And John Cena say, sun rises high in the east when my penis goes down to left. I don't give a shit about seeing John Cena anymore. That's the big news McMahontaclaus is bringing to everybody. Fuck that. Fuck that. We're taking steps backwards. We're taking more steps backwards. And then what are they going to give him? What do they give us? Oh, one last gift for next week's Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre in a steel cage. You are pulling out a steel cage match in a feud that has just gotten started. A steel cage match, which is something that you do at the culmination of a feud when it's reached its boiling point, and these two guys want to kill each other legitimately if it's written properly. But instead, what? Dolph and Drew have been going at each other for what? Maybe like 3-4 weeks? We're already throwing them in the cage. We're already going to burn that avenue. For what reason are we doing this? Because Raw's ratings are in the fucking shitter. And we want to get everybody to tune in next week. What's a good way to do that? We can't do anything other than a steel cage match. That always gets people getting to come see the show. They want to see violence. They want to see brutality. What good is a steel cage match in the year 2018 when the WWE is anti-blood? There have all these concussion-related things that prohibit superstars from doing specific moves. We can't take chair shots to the head anymore. None of these things that I'm talking about are bad things, by the way. I don't disagree with any of this because we want our superstars to have longevity and we don't want them to die and be concussed in the ring and risk their livelihood and their humanity when they're done with wrestling. So it's all good changes in that sense, but what is the appeal of a steel cage without the promise of blood and violence? Zero. House of Glory just put on a steel cage match between Matt Travis and Ken Broadway just last weekend, and it made perfect sense. These guys have been just dying to get at each other over the last year and a half since Matt Travis turned his back on Ken Broadway, or vice versa, depending on who you speak to. And then it culminated after all this time. These guys got arrested and trying to press charges against one another. It reached a very personal, very feverish boiling point. So the steel cage match, when it went down, felt as epic as it turned out to be. And if you want to check it out, all you got to do is go to House of Glory's YouTube channel right now and watch that match. I highly recommend you do if you want to see what a steel cage match is supposed to be before we get to next Monday's New Year's Eve episode and we get to ring in the new year with a steel cage match that we don't need to be seeing. I did not enjoy 1 minute of Monday Night Raw tonight. Not fucking one. All Monday Night Raw did was serve to be a gigantic, shit-scented lump of red coal in your beautiful, fluffy, personalized Christmas stocking where you got it hanging wherever it is in your house, whether it's by your tree, on your mantelpiece, if you're lucky enough to have a fireplace and do the whole traditional Christmas scene in your house. They ruined it. I did not choose to watch Monday Night Raw last night live because I was enjoying my Christmas Eve with my family, and I did not want anything to ruin that. But then today, I have to do what I have to do. I want to come here and talk to you guys about it. We need to discuss what's going on. I got to get the review up, so my Christmas day, essentially, was ruined. I could feel all of the dinner and all of the meals that I ate throughout the day. Being an Italian guy, we eat, even though there was only 4 of us today, we ate all day long because that's what we do at Italian holidays. We ate the antipasto, we ate the manicotti, we ate the roast beef and the potatoes, and we did it one after the other with a little intermission in between, and I wanted to throw it all up by the time I was finished watching Monday Night Raw and McMahontaclaus. Ruined. Christmas is ruined. Just as if the Grinch himself came into my house and took all my decorations and my roast beast and then took it to his house and gave it to Max and that new weird reindeer friend that he's got in this new movie. I don't know what he does with it, but it was like the Grinch took it and stole it from me. And that Grinch was Vince McMahon. Not just in that one segment, but in his whole planning going forward with every Monday night since his promise of change last week. Oh, it's only been 7 days, Mr. Nightmare. How are they going to change anything? They announced the women's titles. They did this. They did that. What did they do that was such a fucking change? What did they do so different? Monday Night Raw's Christmas Spectacular had a 6-woman tag team matchup. A Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus The Revival. We've seen Elias and Bobby Lashley for the 9,000th time. We've seen Drew McIntyre in the ring with both Finn Balor and Dolph Ziggler again. We've seen Rhino come back to help Heath Slater, like that fucking matters to us at all. Who gives a shit about that? We've seen Baron Corbin in the main event. What changed? What should have changed was the channel. Because even though I wasn't watching live, all I wanted to do was not watch this show. It did nothing. The only match that I can truly say even vested my interest a little bit, and for all the wrong reasons, mind you, was Ronda Rousey versus Natalya. If this very match that we witnessed on Christmas Raw took place as maybe Ronda Rousey's first match since she debuted, and they went with that supposedly planned storyline of the friend Natalya turning on the newcomer Ronda Rousey as soon as she got her hands on the championship because of her quick path to success, while Natalya's been searching and scraping and scratching at the bit to get her hands on that belt for almost a decade. You've seen the potential in that match tonight. This just may well have been Ronda Rousey's best matchup on Monday Night Raw since she's come up, and that is because Natalya is a seasoned professional. She's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but she definitely got a good match out of Ronda. However, it was very spotty, it was sloppy, and it was bogged down by the over-dramatized stress in the friendship between these two girls. Let me tell you something right now. A lot of you guys may consider me your friend, and that's fine. If you're a fan and you're a loyal subscriber, as many of you are, you guys are my friends, and I love each and every one of you. I would go to bat for you guys in a minute. However, if I'm looking across the ring into your eyes, and there is a championship belt either on my shoulder that I need to retain or on your shoulder that I want to take away, friendship or no friendship, I am coming the fuck at you 100%. Just balls to the wall, 300 miles an hour, full force, full velocity, intensity, and I would hope that you would respect my ability, you would respect how I approach this thing, and at the end of it, since we are friends, you could shake my hand and say that was a great match and the better person won. That is the story that should be told, but instead, we got Ronda Rousey, the baddest bitch on the planet, taking steps back because she's hurting her poor little natty friend. We're friends. We can't hurt each other. We're friends. Oh, what am I going to do? I have a perfect opportunity to wrap up the ugliest armbar in the history of professional wrestling around the arm of Natalya Neidhart, and I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to be emotional about it, and I'm going to maybe start to cry about it, because she's my friend. I don't care about my titles, she's my friend. This is pro wrestling. That's not how this is supposed to go down. You take all of that out of it, and the fact that Natalya botched the end of this match big time, kind of taking all of the effort that she tried to put into this matchup. The girls tried, and it was a very physical matchup between the two. Almost a psychological battle, if you will. Like I said, ruined by the side narrative that was being hammered into your head by Michael Cole and Corey Graves about the friendship. Take all that away. It was a decent match. Ronda Rousey's best match on Raw, I believe. But Natalya botching the finish and tapping out after Ronda releases the hold. Who actually botched that? Was it Ronda for releasing too soon? That Natty had to quickly just suddenly start tapping the floor while she wasn't technically in the hold? And then the referee calls for the bell because they screwed up the ending, negating all the work they put into that match, and I have no reason now to put that above anything else that Ronda Rousey has ever done, only proving as a point for what we drive home every single week is that Ronda Rousey has the potential to be great, but she's nowhere near ready for the main roster, and she definitely should not be the champion of the Raw Women's Division. Outside of that, what the fuck else do we have to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Christmas miracle on fucking whatever street fight? Because I don't. I want to pretend it didn't even happen. Nothing happened there that we haven't already seen happen. Were you excited to see the old milk dud Bobby Lashley? The guy that looks like you took a box of milk duds that you left out in the 90-degree summer heat and dumped it out, and it was just one giant bulbous mass ball of chocolate. Melting. Disgusting. Somewhat muscular shaped, but at the end of the day, it's a bowl of melted crap that you're gonna throw in the garbage. Why? Say it with me, everybody. Because Bobby Lashley is garbage. I don't want to see him bending over doing his fucking ass thing. I don't want to see Lio Rush continue to be dragged down by the stench of a Bobby Lashley, and I don't want to see Elias fighting this guy anymore. I jumped off the Elias boat months ago, man. Yeah, do I want to walk with Elias? Absolutely. But they ruined him. just like they ruined Bobby Roode, just like they ruined the authors of Piss, just like they ruined Ronda Rousey, just like they ruined every single thing they tried to do this year on Monday Night Raw, and it continues. So where's the fucking change? I'm waiting for it. That's why I'm here every Monday. I'm waiting for it like an idiot. It's as if I'm actually waiting for Santa to show up into my house every Christmas Eve. And we all know how that really works, don't we? Not going to happen. No matter what list I'm on. Whether I'm on the naughty list, or the nice list, or the list of Jericho. What do you want to talk about? The Glorious Gables? Fighting the Revival again? And now we're going to get to see it again, because how did this end? How did this end? Oh, there's some sort of controversy because Chad Gable pinned the wrong Revival guy. Does it matter? How many different ways can you make the Revival lose and look like idiots? Even if they walked out of Monday Night Raw tonight holding the Raw Tag Team Championships, what would be good about that? What part of that excites you? Has the Revival been tearing it up on Raw every week? No, they've been losing to a bunch of jumping beans with piñatas. They lose to everybody they go up against. They've lost to the B team. You're going to take them seriously as champions now? For what fucking reason now? I have no interest in seeing it. They have done nothing to rebuild the Revival. You think just because it was a half-decent tag team matchup that I'm going to sit here and go, oh, wow, finally, they're using the Revival. They're using them as stepping stones for everybody else, and they're burying them, pushing them further down into the ground with every week on Monday Night Raw. Even if this feud between the Revival and Gable and the Glorious Idiot continues down the line, how many times are we going to see it? How many times are you going to care? 0. That's how many. So many times I'm going to give a shit. Just about as much as I give a shit about this whole thing with Drew McIntyre. How you have this man who is, if you went into a monster factory somewhere and said, hey, Dr. Dickhead in the monster factory, I want you to construct me a professional wrestler from top to bottom as if it was your only reason for your existence in life. Do this, get it right, make him perfect, give him everything he needs to be a success in the world of professional wrestling. He is going to come back at you with a guy like Drew McIntyre, nearly 7 feet tall, chiseled out of stone, looks like something out of Interview with the Vampire. He's got the accent, he's got the look, he's got the good music. He is ready for the prime time. But you got him coming out there, being the first man to claim he's going to win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania as we're about to hit WrestleMania season coming the Royal Rumble. And then you have him in a match that he doesn't even win. You have to understand something. As an old school head, when somebody comes out and says something like that and then does not win in their efforts on television or in their matches, I don't care that he wasn't involved in the pinfall, you have stalled his momentum. Anybody that gave a shit that Drew McIntyre said what he said, people like me, are immediately diffused of everything you've tried to excite us about Drew McIntyre with, because he can't even beat 2 guys half his size. And I know we're talking about a real excellent professional wrestler in Finn Balor, and we're talking about a seasoned veteran of the WWE like Dolph Ziggler. But both of these guys should solely exist opposite of Drew McIntyre to put him over and push him to the top. But instead, this guy's being handled to the point where he's outside the ring and can't break up a pinfall. But he's going to be the man to go to the Royal Rumble and win it all in main event WrestleMania. I can't deal with that type of booking. I can't see how they think that makes sense or how that's going to get people on the side of Drew McIntyre. He's the heel. He is the bona fide heel in this scenario. I don't give a shit if Dolph Ziggler's treading the line or he's in the gray area and Finn Balor's shiny, happy smile being the good guy doing all this in a whatever this fucking move is that he does with his whole cock sticking out for the camera to see in front of everybody that nobody wants to see on a Christmas day anyway. These are the guys that are beating up Drew McIntyre. These are the guys that can so easily dismiss the Scottish psychopath, and I'm supposed to get behind Drew McIntyre. The heel should have dominated. The heel should have cheated to win, and now I would say, wow, Drew McIntyre talking some shit about winning the Royal Rumble. He's going out there, he's handling his shit. He beat two of the best in one night in a triple threat match. Maybe there's something to this, but no. We give a meaningless, useless win to a simply dead-in-the-water Finn Balor that is doing nothing on Monday Night Raw, except for being opposite Drew McIntyre and playing second fiddle to Dolph Ziggler, who is now apparently more over than Finn Balor, according to the WWE creative. It makes no sense, and I don't want to see it anymore. We have to move Drew McIntyre away from these two guys and give him some high-profile, very well fleshed out, and written feuds. And you have a superstar that can carry this company for at least the next 5 years. The only reason that I should see John Cena on Monday Night Raw next week is to lose to a guy like a Drew McIntyre. Other than that, I don't want to see him. No matter how many times I says it, the guy keeps saying, you can't see me, but I do. I do. And you don't go away. So, and this don't even work. When he comes on the screen, I'm just like, I can't see you. I can't see you. But he keeps coming back. And for what? I ask you. For what? For nothing. For ratings? What, because all the 9-year-old little boys who just went to see Bumblebee in the movies are going to come out and see John Cena on Monday Night Raw? You know he's the bad guy in that movie, right? How is that going to translate into box office for Vince? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The 6-woman tag, the obligatory must-have on Raw. We couldn't have ended the year without another 6-woman tag team matchup that just continues to show you guys they have no fucking idea what they're doing with the women. And it shows you that they don't have respect for this announcement of the women's tag team division, because why didn't we just have a 2-on-2? Why didn't we have Sasha and Bayley versus somebody other than Dana Brooke and fucking Alicia Fox? I know there is nobody else, but as soon as those two names are announced in any match in the women's division, I immediately do not care. Do you? I'd love to know. Are you that much of a Dana Brooke fan that you get all excited in your pants every time you see her little fat little sausage body in the ring with her duck lips doing her thing, botching all over the place? Want to see Alicia Fox be thrown around like a crash test dummy? Like she's got bones made of rubber? This is wrestling for you? Not for me. This is not what I want to see. It doesn't matter. Oh, Ember and Sasha and Bayley won! They finally got a win! It means nothing. It's headed towards nothing. And it's nonsense. So where's the change? I'm still waiting. Paul Heyman comes out, wants to sing Silent Night, and I want to blow my fucking brains out, alright? He, again, like we did at the top of the show, he inserted his own little WWE reference lyrics, talking about Braun the Strowman, and Brock's not gonna get these hands. I stopped listening, because first of all, Paul Heyman is Jewish, so he's like celebrating Hanukkah, and he's probably not a big Christmas guy, and he's out there just absolutely trashing one of the best Christmas songs, or most famous Christmas songs that there ever is, and they didn't even do a good job. They didn't make it entertaining. They didn't write anything worth us hearing, and at the end of this whole thing, Braun Strowman comes out with his one taped up arm and puts antlers and a fucking clown nose on the greatest manager that ever existed, as he's standing there practically pissing his pants because the monster among no one is out there. Why does he care? Sure, he's gonna put him over. He's gonna be scared. I'm just the advocate. We had to hear all that shit again, right? The same old go-to run-of-the-mill shit from Paul Heyman. I'm just the advocate. And he did nothing to him but put a clown nose on him and a couple of reindeer horns and called him, I even forgot, Paul the Red-Nosed Advocate. Oh, it was so funny. I couldn't even try to laugh. It makes me angry. Do you see the face I'm throwing at you? Do you see the intensity in the eyes? Because the hammer doesn't fucking lie. One of the greatest managers of all time, reduced to a one-note Christmas joke for a guy with bad delivery, bad timing, and bad luck. And bad booking. And that guy is Braun Strowman. Did you care? I didn't. Ronda Rousey versus Natalya, we touched on it already. I'm not going to go too far along on that. We all knew Ronda Rousey isn't going to lose. She is not going to lose to anybody. As soon as we get on the road to WrestleMania season, you know Ronda Rousey is going to be in the main event. We don't know what the hell is going on as far as SmackDown Live just yet. It's about to go live in a little while, and we will get that review to you guys up tomorrow. I'm not going to double whammy you guys with a Raw and SmackDown on the same day. But Ronda's not losing, nor was Natty winning. Natty has been the perennial put over the new girl in the WWE with one irrelevant title championship reign under her belt. Just a pity championship reign, if you want to think about it. It's uninteresting. It was underwhelming because they had to stay friends. We have to stick to the narrative and make sure you guys stay friends. Ruined it all. And at the end of it, when they wanted to be all huggy and wiping the tears and I love you and I'm sorry and blah, 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 somebody should have turned around and mashed somebody else in the mouth. And then you would get things going. Off to the races. Show me some change. Instead, it's the same old Raw bullshit we talk about every Monday night. Rhino returns to help Heath Slater as he was being beat down by my favorite guy, the Maharaja of fucking... I can't even think of anything right now because everybody took all the good shit. What was I calling him? I don't even remember. You could just call him the Garbage Raha. This genetically altered freak of nature who I don't even know how he still has a job in the WWE, Jinder Mahal and his sing midgets. This is what you still got going on Monday Night Raw. And I'm supposed to get hyped. I'm supposed to be excited for 2019. You got Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal on the program? Goodbye. See you next year. And Seth Rollins in a 10-minute matchup to close out the show with Constable Dickhead. Constable Baron Dickhead. A guy that was stripped of all his power. A guy that was made to look like a complete ass knob last week on Monday Night Raw by the owner of the company and the COO Triple H, as he couldn't even open the show properly, and he's being rewarded with a main event spot on the following episode of Monday Night Raw. You know who I feel the most bad for? I feel the most bad for all of the fans in attendance that had to sit through 6 hours. Do you know how we feel about 6 hours? Double that shit. And then double it live. That you can't go home. You can't go to your bathroom, get comfortable. You can't put your pajamas on. You can't roll up a little something special to get you through the fucking rest of the show. Sure, you can get a couple of drinks. You can get your beer on. But then by the time you get out of there, you're going to be so fucked up you ain't even going to remember what happened. More often than not, I believe that's the reason why most fans that go to the live shows enjoy these live shows. Because they're fucking drunk. Give me a couple of beers on a Monday night. Let me pound down a whole six-pack in a time limit of maybe like 10 minutes. And I might just get messed up enough to enjoy this trash heap of a show. This is what you give to me on Christmas with the promise of a fresh start and the lies of change that are coming. You're going to listen to us. You're going to do what we want. But you gave us the very same Raw you have been giving us for the last 8 weeks or more. It's the same script, shaken up a bit, And that's what we had for Christmas Eve. I hope that if you watched this piece of shit, that you quickly were rewarded with some sort of a gift that you were waiting for from a loved one underneath the tree as you woke up this morning to make you forget about everything that happened in this ridiculous episode of Monday Night Raw. Promise me change and give me crap. The same crap. You didn't even change the crap. You didn't take all the shit segments and at least try to do something different with them. Insert some new people in there. Maybe an Apollo Crews. Maybe this one. Maybe that one. Just want to shake things up, right? But you gave us the same show. Awful. Absolutely awful. And that is all I have to say about this week's Monday Night Raw. I would have much rather sat here with you guys and talked about how nice my Christmas was. That I got 3 awesome video games from my sister-in-law that I have been dying to get to, but I couldn't because I had to punish myself for being good all year long by watching this garbage. Awful. I didn't want to do it. I was avoiding it all day long like the plague. I was avoiding that DVR menu on my cable box. But I gave in, just like I always do. And for the one sole reason, just to be here with you guys. That's my Monday Night Raw review. There's no reason to delve any deeper into anything. You guys all know where I stand because, like I said, this is the same show. You want to know a little bit more about my feelings? You want to get a little bit deeper? You want to hear some other shit about how I feel? Watch last week's review because it was just as hard-hitting as this one. Or the one before that. Or the one before that. Or the one before that. Because we are not Vince McMahon. We are not a piece of shit creative team that can't rub together 2 nickels and come up with a dime. We respect our fans. We don't hold back. I sugarcoat nothing. And I bring this hammer down on this company every week. And they deserve it more and more with every passing Monday. Thank you guys all for being here with me. Once again, I hope you enjoyed your Christmas holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas or you're celebrating something else, happy Kwanzaa to you, happy Hanukkah, happy Grinch Day or whatever. Want to send holiday wishes to my favorite Grinch on the internet, Mr. JD from NY206. I don't give a shit if you think I'm just like him. Go fuck yourself because I am not. We are 2 very like-minded individuals because we possess a brain that works and understands how wrestling works. And we are in this together. He and I are on the same side. So if you want to come here and start shit, you can go find some other show that tolerates that. Or you will find yourself in the blocked section. Because I don't play. And I don't even respond to ass clowns that want to litter my comment section with stupid comparisons and ridiculous hate. We don't let that shit get to us, right guys? All we do is hit that button and get rid of the trash. I wish it was that easy to do on Monday Night Raw. I just had to put that little PSA out there because last weekend we got hit pretty hard with a couple of fucking trolls, and I don't have time in my life for trolls. The only trolls that I want to see are DreamWorks trolls that I watch with my daughter, which is one of her favorite movies, and mine, because Trolls is a great movie. And if you've never seen it, go check out Trolls, because it was fucking awesome. And that's going to be the end of this Monday Night Raw review. As always, this review is sponsored by our good friends at Audible. Audible have books that speak to you, only over 180,000 titles to choose from, wrestling-related, educational, sci-fi, romance, whatever tweaks your melon, you can get it and put it in your earballs by downloading it at Audible, and you will get 1 free audiobook if you sign up for that 30-day free trial by going to audibletrial.com/sledgehammertv right now. Sign up for 30 days absolutely free. Pick the 1 book that speaks to you the most, and then if you decide on day 29 at the 0 hour that you don't want to be part of the service, you can cancel Audible. And as a thank you for being a fan of this show and just for trying out their service, you can keep that book that you chose. That's getting it for free, and there's nothing better than free. I've always said if it's free, it's for me, and it should be for you. So jump on that right now at audibletrial.com/sledgehammertv. That's audibletrial.com/sledgehammertv. Thank you all so very much. Do not forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to smash that like button just because it's Christmas, and that could be like your Christmas gift to me, let's try to get this video to 100 likes. It will be the first one to go triple digit. We are coming so close, and I think we can do it on this one. Happy holidays to everybody. Make sure you are subscribed by hitting that subscribe button right now. Join the 1,000 plus sledgeheads that know that Sledgehammer TV is the place to be when you want your wrestling news bullshit free. And then always share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, especially if their Christmas was ruined by Monday Night Raw and they need to vent their frustrations. You know to tell them to come here, because I am always accepting in the family. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is my team, Thor the Sledgehammer, the wrestling god of thunder and the official sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and his tag team partner, the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball Microphone. We are so pleased to be with you guys every single week as we hammer down the WWE. We cannot thank you enough. That, my friends, is going to do it, and we are out of here. We will see you in just a few hours for SmackDown Live, which will be up on this channel tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow afternoon, SmackDown Live's review will be live for your viewing pleasure, and I hope to see you guys there as soon as it goes down. That's going to do it. We are out of here. We will see you next time right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, right here on Sledgehammer TV. The fuck was that?